It's another beautiful day today, and I hope you guys are having a good day today. We're reading some more fun Reddit stories, and it's going to be such a good time. The first one that I want to read today is called, Am I the a-hole for losing interest in a girl who slept with somebody else while we dated? Like, before we even read that, no, you're not the a-hole. I've got a feeling you're already not the a-hole. I, 21 male, met this girl, 21 female, Jane, about 6 months ago, and we connected over mutual interest. Conversations were flowing really well, and even shared some friends, so it was pretty easy to find time to hang out in groups. Eventually, I work up the courage to ask her out, and she accepts. Our dates went along very nicely, so of course we keep going out for 4 months now. About 12 proper dates and meeting each other whenever our friends meet up, or going over to each other's apartments to hang out. Eventually, it comes out from one of my closest friends that Jane is sleeping with a guy on the side. He found out when he caught them at a club that we frequent and told me immediately. Obviously, I confronted her about it, feeling hurt. This was my first relationship, and it had to end like this. She argued that we weren't exclusive, and that means it wasn't cheating. I had no idea such a term even existed, so I looked it up online and I found out it was true. Regardless, I told her that it'd be better to go our separate ways since I couldn't get over this. She argued that we weren't exclusive, and that means that it wasn't cheating. Get out of here. OP doesn't even know what that means. Like, what the hell is Jane talking about? I'm pretty sure it'd be assumed that you are exclusive, because you obviously haven't had a conversation about it otherwise. Whenever our friends meet up now, I keep it brief when I speak to her. This all came to a head when she texted me and told me to stop shaming her and making this such a big deal. I don't understand how she got that idea. I interact normally when I have to speak to her, and nobody besides my close friend knows about our drama. I do kind of resent her, but I'm not spreading insults or comments about her. I feel my first experience dating a girl is a train wreck. I question if I'm being unreasonable or if what I'm doing is offending her. Right, okay, so then says that you're shaming them, but you're not. Okay, like that's actually kind of wild though. Like, you're going on dates with somebody, it feels really special, it feels nice, you assume that you're the only person that they're seeing. Of course that's gonna feel awful. Yeah, like the top comment says, her conscience is probably bothering her, and the fact that you change the way that you interact with her is probably getting to her. Yeah, OP's not shaming them either, nobody's shaming them. They obviously feel guilty because they've been hiding this, but by the sounds of it, nobody's shaming them. Yeah, like the comment below that said, exactly, she's probably feeling guilty, and your distance is making her realize the impact of her actions, and she's projecting that guilt onto you, but you're just setting healthy boundaries. The second top comment says, this whole sleeping around with other people while you're going on dates is so wild. Don't worry about what she thinks though, just tell her that you're not shaming her for being herself and then move on. Good luck. The comment below that says, first date, sure, I don't care, but if we've been going on dates for months, you better bet that I'm taking it serious. Jesus. Yeah, and OP said they've been going out for 4 months, and they've been on 12 dates. This comment says, it sounds like she's shaming herself. You did nothing but choose to end the dating relationship due to differences in dating ethics, not the a-hole. Yeah, by the sounds of it, OP, you haven't been unreasonable and you haven't been rude. Yeah, you lost interest, and I feel like that's fair enough. I'm sure Jane must have realized that that could definitely be a deal breaker. Like, oh yeah, by the way, I know we've been dating for 4 months, and we've also been on 12 dates together. Yeah, by the way, I've also been banging somebody else this whole time. Like, yeah, Jane, that might be a deal breaker. And OP wasn't even rude about it. No way. The next one says, co-worker ate dog food for close to 6 months. Am I the a-hole for letting it go on for so long? This one is my sister's story. Earlier last year, I bought a puppy, some kind of walking mop, cute as heck. The seller did warn me that it had very specific dietary requirements. Honestly, the last thing I wanted to do on my time off was to make dog food, so I approached a woman recommended by my local pet shop to make 2 weeks worth of food. She uses very cheap cuts, grains, and supplements that are specifically formulated for dogs. I pick up the individually packaged bags every second Monday morning, and I keep them in a plastic container labeled with my name in the community fridge, and then I take it home after work. It doesn't take up much room. A while ago, I noticed that some of the bags began going missing. Then I found the empties in the waste bin. They're marked DF with the date in black Sharpie. I immediately knew what was going on, and I thought it was funny. Luckily, my mother is in love with Doggo Mop Face, and when she dog sits around 3 times a week, she feeds her, so my puppa never goes hungry, so I let it go on, occasionally complaining to HR and colleagues about my specialty food being stolen. Other than a sternly worded email, nothing was ever done. Finally, during our 6-month productivity meeting, I loudly complained that my bags of dog food were still going missing on the regular, because now I actually was getting pissed at the blatant theft. 2 young guys gave me horrified looks. Neither of them ever fessed up to the pilfering, but since that meeting, my dog food has never gone missing. My close office colleague thought it was funny, but said that I was a real a-hole for allowing it to go on for so long. So am I the a-hole? At least I know it must taste alright. And maybe I'm imagining it, but their hair does seem shinier. Oh, that's amazing. amazing. Wow, that's actually so wild. I didn't expect to read that today. And OP, you didn't need to say that bit at the end. That was way too funny. Their hair does seem a little bit shinier. They've developed such a lovely coat. Yeah, right, so I'm assuming there was nothing dangerous in the food. Like, by the sounds of it, it was safe to eat. Right, okay, there's a comment here that says, not the a-hole. Good dog food is indistinguishable from bad human food. It's got human-grade ingredients with none of the flavor, seasonings, or salt. Frankly, the rice and chicken mush I feed to my dog when he's feeling ill would probably do okay with a sick human too. The comment above that says, not the a-hole. This is hilarious. It's pretty weird that your co-workers care more that you had dog food than your other co-workers stealing your dog food. Yeah, also this comment, not the a-hole. You don't have to tell anybody what's in your food if they aren't going to be or supposed to be eating it in the first place. That's what they get for being a thief. Yeah, karma for eating something that isn't yours, I guess. But also, by the sounds of it, it was pretty much normal food anyway, so it probably sounds grosser than it is. Yeah, like this comment says, not the a-hole. It's not like it was dog food out of a can. It was human-grade food made for dogs. Plus, now those guys learnt a valuable lesson. The next one that we're going to read is called, Am I Wrong for Exposing My Boyfriend After I Found Out That He Cheated? Okay, this might be a wild one, but here goes. I, 26 female, have been dating my boyfriend Matt, 28 male, for 2 years. Everything was fine until a few weeks ago when I noticed that he'd become super secretive with his phone. Before, he used to leave it out on the table, but recently he's been taking it everywhere, like even to the bathroom, which did seem odd for him. One night when we watched a movie, his phone lit up and I saw a text from Kelly, a name that I'd never heard him mention. It wasn't like, hey, how's it going? It was a heart emoji followed by, I can't wait for tomorrow night. My stomach dropped, but I kept my cool and I didn't confront him. Instead, I decided to investigate. I didn't have his phone password, but I remembered that Matt had synced his text to his laptop, which he kept in his office. When he went to bed, I snuck in and I opened the laptop. Sure enough, there was a whole conversation with Kelly. Turns out they'd been going out for a couple of months and she had no idea that he had a girlfriend. He was stringing her along, telling her that he was single, and even planning a weekend getaway with her soon. I felt disgusted and hurt, but instead of confronting him immediately, I decided to take a different approach. Matt's birthday was coming up and he'd invited a bunch of his friends to celebrate. They're all super tight and I've become close to a few of them over the years. I couldn't believe that Matt would do this to me, so I figured the best revenge would be exposing him to everybody. I didn't want to air things out in the heat of the moment, so I waited until the party. After we'd all had a few drinks, I gathered everybody for a birthday toast. I pulled up my phone and I projected it to the TV in his living room. Everybody thought I was about to share a cute photo montage or something. No, instead I started scrolling through the messages between Matt and Kelly, reading them aloud. The room went dead silent. Matt turned pale and then furious, but I kept on going. I finished by saying, and that's why this piece of trash isn't worth anybody's time, including mine. Happy birthday, Matt. Good on you, OP. His friends were in shock. Some of the girls immediately came over and hugged me, while the guys were stunned. Matt, on the other hand, stormed out furious that I ruined his night. Oh my god, take a hike, dude. Oh, you ruined my night. Bro, you ruined their entire relationship. Now, here's the thing, I feel kinda guilty. Don't OP. Some of his friends have told me that I was savage and I should have confronted him privately, while others said that he deserved it for cheating. But part of me wonders if I went too far. Am I the a-hole? Definitely not. Edit, I did tell Kelly, she doesn't care, and she's still with him. If you're wondering what she fully said about it, check the update. I do try and read all the comments, they're hilarious, thank you for all cheering me up. What did we just read? Oh, I'm so furious because you ruined my night. Bro, you ruined everything. Yeah, like this comment says, why on earth would you take his feelings into account? He's lying, cheating trash. His feelings don't matter. Yeah, 1,000,000%. And I feel like if you're doing that to somebody, you should understand that. Like, oh yeah, I was completely betraying my partner, so I probably should have seen this coming. Like, he's got no right to get upset at OP. Yeah, this comment too. Perfect way to deal with the situation. There's no way that he can change the narrative after that. You've exposed a cheater and protected yourself from the lies that cheaters usually say to their friends to justify or hide their behavior. Not the a-hole, you rock. Yeah, and also like this one says, oh no, you ruined his night. All going well, he learned a valuable lesson. He owes you an enormous apology. I don't think you're gonna get it though. Yeah, in a situation like this, he should be like, oh, okay, I had it coming. I quite literally messed around and found out. Yeah, okay, my birthday is ruined, but I did ruin our entire relationship, so I shouldn't really get upset at OP. But yeah, like that comment said, even though he really should apologize, like I'm sure he's not going to. Update, am I the a-hole for catching my boyfriend cheating and exposing him to his whole friend group? Wow, I didn't expect this to blow up like it did. First off, thank you to everybody who commented and messaged and offered support. I want to give you an update on how things have been since the birthday toast incident. So, after Matt stormed out of the party, I left too, and I stayed at a friend's place for the night. The next day, I was flooded with messages, some from Matt, mostly from his friends. A lot of people were supportive, but a few told me that I was petty petty for airing everything out in front of everybody. Matt predictably was furious and claimed that I humiliated him for no reason. No reason! What are you talking about? Oh, you humiliated me for no reason. I'm pretty sure there was a reason. Cheaters never cease to surprise me. He even tried to flip it on me. Yeah, of course he did. That's also what cheaters do every time. Saying that I invaded his privacy by reading his text, which sure I did, but I mean, cheating's a little worse, don't you think? Anyway, I blocked him after a couple of his angry messages, and honestly, I felt a huge weight lift off my shoulders. It wasn't just about exposing him, it was about reclaiming some power that I felt that I'd lost during the time that he was sneaking around. As for his friends, most of them have cut him off completely. One of the girls in our group even texted me saying that she had a similar situation with an ex, but she never had the guts to confront him, let alone in front of everybody. This wasn't Matt's first time being shady, and a few of his friends had suspected that he wasn't all that loyal in past relationships, but they never had any proof. It looks like I just confirmed their suspicions in the most dramatic way possible. Kelly, the girl that he was cheating with, I reached out to her and she told me that she still loved him and told me to completely cut things off with him so they can be together. She said, obviously I wasn't enough for him, which hurt, but you know, they deserve each other. Oh yeah, they're living in delusion land. Hey, this cheater is not a catch, okay? Oh, obviously I wasn't enough for him. Oh yeah, that hurts. Hey, that doesn't mean that you become a cheater. How ridiculous. It's been hard, but I feel like I did the right thing. Sometimes you do have to burn bridges with people who don't deserve to be in your life. And Matt definitely falls into that category. Do I feel guilty? A little bit, but not enough to regret what I did. Cheating is never okay, and I wasn't going to let him get away with it. Plus, exposing him in front of his friends was probably the only way to really make it hit home for him that actions have consequences. So, in case anybody's wondering, no, I'm not getting back with Matt. I did get an STD check and I'm waiting for results for people that were worried. Thank you again for everybody who shared their thoughts and gave me the courage to keep my head held high. This week has been quite hard. Just a quick update. He has already ended things with her. Wow. Okay. He reached out to me earlier and expressed his regrets about the situation. He said that he's really sorry and wants to reconcile and get back together with me. It's disgusting. That is so wild. Kelly, the person that he cheated with, said to you, OP, cut things off with him so we can be together, and said, obviously I wasn't enough for him. And then the update. He's already ended things with Kelly. He reached out to me earlier and expressed his regrets about the situation. Said he's sorry and wants to reconcile and get back together. Yeah, so what were you saying, Kelly? Wait, hold on a second. I need to show you guys something. It'll only take a second and it's only something small, but I got a photo book of Chia made and it's so cute. So like all of these cute photos of Chia and the other cats as well. And yeah, 28 photos in this little thing. This is her when she was only a little kitten as well. So tiny and so cute. And I knew I had to show you guys. The next one says, am I the a-hole for breaking up with my girlfriend after she told me that she can't get over how much she hates my body? We don't even need to read this. No, OP. I, 29 male, had been dating my girlfriend Cara, 27 female, for about a year. She'd always tell me that I was exactly what she wanted in a partner. Funny, kind, supportive. It felt like we were really happy together. And I thought I'd finally found somebody who loved me for who I was. But then last week, Cara told me that she needed to talk. She looked so serious that I thought she was about to bring up something big. She took a deep breath and told me, I've been talking to my therapist and I need to be honest with you about something I'm struggling about. I thought this would be something about her past, like a trauma that she's working through, so I told her that she could talk to me about anything. I've tried hard to accept it, but I just can't get over your height. I'm 5'2", she's 5'8", so there's a noticeable difference, but I honestly thought it didn't mean much. But now she's saying that it was a huge problem for her, one that she'd been working on in therapy. She told me that it was literally the only thing that wasn't perfect about me. Hey guys, I was editing the episode, and I just wanted to say here, because I didn't say it in the video earlier, but hey girlfriend, you don't think OP's height is perfect. Other people are gonna think OP's height is perfect. Yeah, the girlfriend was an a-hole here. I wanted to just add that in because I feel like I really need to reiterate that. Like, hey, don't say there's anything wrong with OP's height. You don't like OP's height, girlfriend. A lot of other people do though. Okay, enjoy the rest of the episode, guys. I sat there kinda stunned. When I was younger, my height was my biggest insecurity. I was severely bullied and mocked for it in high school, and even after I was an adult, I was still ridiculed for it to the point where I considered surgery. I don't really feel that bad about it now, but her saying this really brought all of those feelings back. The idea that somebody I loved so much tried to get over something inherent to me and failed made me miserable. I told her that if she couldn't get over something like that, maybe we shouldn't be together. I didn't want to feel like she was just some disappointment that she was tolerating. She started crying, saying that she didn't mean to hurt me and that she really did love me, just, you know, minus the one part of me that I couldn't change. She was saying that she'd work on it in therapy and try to not care, but I left that night and we haven't talked since. When I told a couple of friends, they they actually took her side. They said that I was being insecure, that I should have just worked on it with her. One even said, she's just being honest, man. So was I an insecure a-hole? Right, okay, this one is so confusing. Like, hey, you've always known how tall I am. Did you feel like that was gonna change or something? Kara knew how tall you were when you got together. If it was that big of an issue, why did she start dating you in the first place? No, I don't feel like you're the a-hole here, OP. You can't do anything about it. And like you said, I didn't want to feel like I was just a disappointment that she was tolerating. Yeah, and if you're gonna feel like that forever, OP, then no, you can't really be together. There's nothing you can do to change it. This comment says, absolutely not the a-hole. This isn't a minor part of your identity. It's also something incredibly hard to adjust. Bone extension surgery. You're right to feel hurt. If it was your haircut, your choice of clothes, then you could have changed it. But your height is who you are. If it was a problem for her, she shouldn't have dated you in the first place. Don't let your friends gaslight you. Your feelings are valid. Yeah, your feelings are valid, OP. And I feel like that's the main point of this. Like the girlfriend said, they definitely could have tried to work on it. They definitely could have gotten into a better place about it. But OP isn't okay with that. And are you the a-hole for breaking things off because you can't come to terms with it, OP? No, I don't feel like it. Like, surely she would have half expected that this was going to happen. And no, you're definitely not an a-hole because you feel like you should separate. I don't feel like this makes you an a-hole. The next one says, am I the a-hole for making a seat swapper cry? So, I board the plane, I settle into my economy plus seat. The woman approaches and asks me to change seats to 32B so that her 9-year-old can sit with her. I ask her how much cash she has to repay me for the money that I spent on the seat. She says that I'm cruel for leaving her son with anxiety sitting alone. I ask if she offered the person sitting next to her son her seat in economy plus. She said that she needed the leg room. I said clearly she cares more about her own comfort than her son's well-being. If she cared, she'd give up her seat and move to the back. She breaks out in a screaming wail filled with "How could you?" 10 minutes later, a smiling man sits down next to me grinning about his sweet upgrade. My partner says I am the a-hole for questioning her parenting in public and making her cry. Am I? No, you're not the a-hole, OP. Yeah, like this comment says, not the a-hole. She knew what she was doing and you foiled her plan. And also like this comment says, play stupid games and win stupid prizes does seem appropriate here. The woman has done this successfully before, or she wouldn't be as brazen as she is. Good on you for calling her out. Not the a-hole, and enjoy the leg room. The next one says, am I the a-hole for refusing to label my wedding cake as vegan because a guest felt tricked? My husband, 32 male, and I, 30 female, had a vegan wedding because we're both vegan. We made it clear in advance that the food and cake would be plant-based, and nobody complained until the reception. The cake was gorgeous, 3 tiers decorated with edible flowers. Towards the end of the night, one of my husband's aunt, Linda, came up, looking visibly upset. She said that it was disrespectful to have a vegan cake on display because it felt like I was pushing my lifestyle on everybody. I told her the cake wasn't meant to make a statement, it was just the dessert that we chose for our wedding. She insisted I either move the cake off the main table or add a sign saying that it was vegan so people weren't tricked into eating it. You said the whole wedding was going to be vegan. Nobody's getting tricked. I refused because number 1, it was my wedding. Number 2, it's a cake, not propaganda. And 3, nobody else seemed to care. Linda ended up storming out, and now my in-laws are saying I should have compromised to avoid drama. No. I think Linda's reaction was ridiculous. Yeah, it was. But my husband thinks I could have just put up a sign to keep the peace. Am I the a-hole? Wow, here's that keeping the peace again. OP, you told everybody you were having a vegan wedding. What did they think was going to be there? And also, it's a cake. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, like this comment says, not the a-hole. You already told everybody all the catering was going to be vegan. No reason to expect the cake would be any different. Not sure what she was expecting here. Let her have her tantrum. Don't ever invite her to dinner. You weren't tricking anybody. You told everybody about this. And you told everybody about this beforehand so that if anybody had an issue with it, they could tell you, but nobody had an issue with it. That's not you tricking anybody. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole. The whole thing was vegan. It was your wedding, your choice. I wouldn't feel tricked by eating a vegan cake at all. She has some issues. Let her see then be upset. You don't owe her anything. Putting up a sign would have rewarded her bad entitled behavior. You had no reason to do it. Yeah, are you listening, husband? You're not keeping the peace by putting up a sign. Like that comment said, you're rewarding bad entitled behavior. Yeah, no, you're so not the a-hole, and that's enough for today. That was such a fun episode, and I hope you guys had a good time today. Make sure you subscribe if you want to. I've got a super cute wholesome meme. A local museum posted an image of a 1965 school desk inscribed with Benny and Linda. Benny responds in the comments, yes, I carved that sitting in the auditorium of Central High School my freshman year before leaving. Linda and I are still together after having 3 wonderful girls and 50 years of marriage. I told my friends friends in 4th grade that I was going to marry Linda, and here we are heading for 51 years together in August. The smartest thing I ever did in my life was marry this kind and pretty lady. Thank you for sharing. Please tell me that one's real. That better be real. That's so beautiful. How lovely is that? Like, yeah, hey, I'm Benny, and Linda and I are still together. That is so cute. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you had a wonderful time today. If you did, make sure you let me know down below in the comment section. And the comment of the day goes to Prestigious Salad. Gin's ears in the mirror. So freaking cute. This is so fun to watch, and as always, the story's a chef's kiss. Aw, thank you for that comment, Prestigious Salad. I really appreciate it, and I do really appreciate the support. Yeah, Gin is so cute, but he does pull some pretty weird faces a lot of the time. He can definitely be unsettling, but at the same time, he's so cute. And yeah, thank you for saying that the videos are fun to watch and the stories are good. That means so much to me. And I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Make sure you look after yourself, everybody, and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!